All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 135-pound division, talking about the best lightweight fight for the remainder of the year that we know of, and that is Devin Haney versus VASYL Lomachenko. And Devin Haney has something to say about taking Terence Crawford's spot as the #1 pound-for-pound fighter when he wins that fight. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 135-pound division where Devin the Dream Haney made a very, very big statement. Bold declaration about his fight with VASYL Lomachenko and the fact that it will make him the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in all of boxing if he wins, passing up the likes of ERROL Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford, though, I have to say, is widely known as, well, not widely known. I don't think that there is any consensus #1 pound-for-pound guy in the world. However, the person whose name comes up the most often when that is mentioned right now is Terence Bud Crawford. Now, before I get into what Devin Haney said and the merits of it, in my opinion, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button. It don't cost a penny. Unlike the longtime subscribers and supporters that have supported my channel so well, thank you guys so much. And thank you to everybody that supports in the super thanks of videos like this. Let's get into this because I think that this is an opportunity for me to seriously upset everybody that does not like me on YouTube. Because I have been called a Devin Haney hater, a Terence Crawford hater. So the big mystery for me is, what am I going to be called a hater for when I make this video? Because Devin Haney, first and foremost, has made a declaration, and he says that he will finally get, this is an article that was written by Boxing Scene, feel free to check it out. Devin Haney, after I beat Lomachenko, I'll get my respect as the pound-for-pound best. He says, talks about how he's called out a lot of fighters, but none of them wanted to fight him. Anybody that I've ever called out that was willing to fight me, I fought. And this is another time that I'm showing that. I called out Loma years ago, and here we are years and years, and we're fighting. Man, this kid is, he says, it's going to showcase my skills and showcase that I'm the best fighter in the world. I am the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. I'm just going to keep beating them one by one, keep lining them up, knocking them down, and eventually I'm going to get my respect. So let me say this about what Devin Haney has to say. First of all, his fight with VASYL Lomachenko. I do think, as far as the quality of the fight and the status of the fight, I do think that, all money aside and all that stuff aside, I do think that it is a better fight than the Gervonta Davis-Ryan Garcia fight. I do. And let me tell you why I believe that. I believe it because the two of those fighters, Devin Haney and VASYL Lomachenko, have both proved that they deserve to be there. And they're both very, very serious top fighters in the sport of boxing. In the case of the Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia fight, you only have one guy that really fits that bill, and that is Gervonta Davis. The other one is a supremely talented and dangerous opponent in Ryan Garcia. And in that situation, it really is that the fight is just tremendously big. So for me, Devin Haney makes an excellent point in that when he beats VASYL Lomachenko, he will get more respect. Honestly, I don't know how much more respect, like finally get his respect, because kid gets a lot of respect, okay? Gets a lot of respect for having got to the point where he is, with really only having beaten, not really actually, having beaten any guy that I would say is really top tier competition at the time that he fought him. The closest to that I would give him is probably Jorge Linares, right? However, the idea that he will become the #1 pound for pound fighter after beating Vasily Lomachenko, I don't know about that. Don't know about that. I will tell you, though, that it will definitely ring, in my opinion, will definitely be able to say, yeah, man, he beat a really, really good fighter. That was not the case, in my opinion, with George Kambosos. George Kambosos, to me, and we will see how it pans out, how he does against Maxie Hughes in his next fight, and if he ever gets in the ring with another top lightweight again, see how that goes. But I just think that George Kambosos really was in the right place at the right time with Teofimo Lopez, who, was really feeling himself at the time. And so he beats Teofimo Lopez in a good fight, right? In a good fight between the two, but he clearly beat Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez wasn't, it is what it is. He beat Teofimo Lopez. However, you can talk about there's a lot of fighters that get one good win out there, and then you see what happens to them afterwards. Like Jason Rosario, Banana from the Dominican Republic, who beat J-Rock and, looked like absolutely a monster when he beat J-Rock and stopped J-Rock for the WBA and I do believe it was the WBA and the IBF. I think it was the WBA and the IBF 154-pound championship. But when he got in there with Jamal Charlo, the next fight, Jamal Charlo blew him out. And then after that, he got in there, and I can't remember who Rosario fought after that, but then somebody else knocked out Jason Rosario, right? Also have guys like Julius Ndungo. Julius Ndungo got in there with Troyovsky, and he got in there with Ricky Burns, and he beat those two guys. Terence Crawford rolls through him. After that, a bunch of other dudes roll right on through Julius Ndungo. So I'm still waiting to see a fight like this out of Devin Haney. Now, will he pass Terence Crawford in the pound for pound #1 deal after this? I have to say it's probably a better win than Terence Crawford has on his resume. Gotta be honest about that. Lomachenko at 135 is definitely better than Ricky Burns at 135. Vasily Lomachenko might be a better win than Victor Postol and Felix Diaz, and is one. I'm not even going to say is a better win than Victor Postol and Felix Diaz and Julius Ndungo. And I think maybe one of those belts were also vacant. Then you have Terence Crawford moving up to 147 pounds. Where I really think his best fight was Sean Porter. So, I mean, there's an argument to be made about that. However, I wouldn't say that I would put him over guys like Shakur Stevenson. I would not put him. And honestly, I tell you the truth, that it's a good argument for him and Terence Crawford for what he's done. Look at what he does in the ring, though. That's a little bit of a different thing, because I also kind of look at it from the scoring criteria. And you say, okay, well, what does Terence Crawford have? What does Shakur Stevenson have? What does Gervonta Davis have? Who I think is very, very underestimated. What does Errol Spence Jr. have, right? You want to throw Canelo in there. The 4 scoring criteria of boxing are clean and effective punching, effective aggression, ring generalship, and defense. And I would say that Devin Haney is very, very strong in the defense and the ring generalship. Clean and effective punching and effective aggression are not really there from what I can see, right? From what I've seen. He has clean punching. How effective it is, I guess it's effective because it keeps people off you. But effective aggression, nah, he's more kind of a defensive fighter, defensive, and then kind of jab, good right hand, and then grab, hold, push out, start again, right? So, I mean, but pound for pound is very, very subjective, but I will agree with him that he most definitely, by beating Vasily Lomachenko, will deserve a lot of credit. Now, the rest of the stuff that he talked about in there, look, man, saying that you want to fight people and fighting people are two different things. You can't get your respect because you asked to fight people, right? And waiting for years and years and years to fight Vasily Lomachenko, I mean, Devin really just got in a position to fight him maybe 2 years ago. So, I mean, maybe he was saying his name when talking about Lomachenko when he was 4 years ago, before he really had qualified to get the fight. Can't really speak on that. But anyway, it goes, man. Interesting statement from Devin Haney. Interesting thing to think about because, again, if he beats Vasily Lomachenko, that's a good win. And it's not promised. Like, I'm telling you, a whole lot of people are talking about this fight like it's some done deal. I don't think it's a done deal, man. Vasily Lomachenko is a legitimate threat out there, man. And you don't know, man, especially if this dude is coming in as the underdog, feeling like he's the underdog. That's probably the first time in Vasily Lomachenko's life that he's been considered an underdog for a fight. So to see him coming in there as a significant, and what will probably be a significant underdog, you don't know what kind of dog may come out of him, man. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.